Number one rule of Wall Street. Nobody, I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett, nobody knows if the stock is going to go up, down, sideways, or in fucking circles. Least of all stockbrokers. It's all a Fugezi. You know what a Fugezi is?
So will the BNB price go up, down, or around in circles from here? Well, we do have a lot of FUD in the market right now, and a lot of it aimed at Binance and the BNB token. So BNB Coin, $220 liquidation level. Is this a key level for Binance, or is this a bit of a nothing burger? Let's have a look here. So you may have noticed the threaders and FUDsters are out in force at this moment in time, pretty much a sign of where we are in the market cycle. As we get the sentiment dropping in the market, we get a lot more FUD posts out. And the one that's doing a lot on the rounds at this moment is Binance's BNB $220 liquidation level. So this was a post by JW100X. Not sure if he's the most reputable guy, but it says Binance and CZ have been selling spot Bitcoin in an attempt to raise the price of BNB to defend a $220 liquidation point. So he's saying they're selling off spot Bitcoins to pump BNB, and it's a total house of cards. If you were to dive into some of the diagrams in his tweets, he's looking at CVD deltas and things that, to be honest with you, I have no idea if they mean much at all, and it's very hard to pin direct correlation on one metric versus the game plan of an entity or a liquidation point. And I'm pretty sure at this point, if CZ's horoscope was bad, people would be posting tweet threads about it. We then have another account here, Skew, can confirm this is true in response to that previous tweet. It looks like Bitcoin is being sold off for USDT reserves. The USDT reserves are being pumped into BNB aggressively since the 27th of May. Again, showing some chart data there, but we have no idea what the reasoning is behind this. So CZ has clapped back here with the infamous 4. Binance has not sold Bitcoin or BNB, and we still actually hold some FTT tokens. He says it's amazing they can know exactly who sold based on just a price chart involving millions of traders. FUD. So it is true there's a liquidation point for the BNB coin over on Venus protocol. So this is an on-chain liquidation point. As you can see, $211 million worth of collateral on the line, all pretty much at this price point here. $220.00. So on DeFi Llama, you can follow this along for yourself, but obviously that would be quite a large liquidation, and this could cause a cascading effect. So the question really is, does the cascade on-chain affect maybe something off-chain that Binance wants to defend in order to protect the BNB price? Again, a question we simply do not know the answer. Then this one was doing the rounds over on Twitter, so no smoke without fire here. I'm not saying Binance is, totally out of the woods with this one, but there is a lot of FUD around it, but this is a bit strange. So from Venus Protocol directly, BNB Chain core team is ready to take over the BNB position on Venus as planned if the BNB price hits the liquidation threshold. So this tells you that that BNB price of $220 is being defended, and the liquidator has a prepared $30 million already, ready to refund the account loans with more to come if needed. No BNB will be dumped into the market and no shortfall is expected on Venus, i.e. no bad debt. So they definitely are protecting that price point. So you can kind of understand why these similarities are being drawn up between FTX now and Binance due to the fact we had that hard level of around $22 being supported by the FTX team. Remember Caroline's infamous tweet now, CZ will buy off all your tokens at $22. They kind of put the line in the sand there, and then that got absolutely nuked as the market got wind of this. And similarly, we have the BNB price chart here as well. That $220 level seems to be a key area, and there is a big gap down below. So with a $220 target on its back, the BNB token is being heavily shorted across the board. You can see these current funding rates across the markets here. So the sharks are certainly circling around this, but what has Binance also been doing? Well, they've just launched another Launchpool. This is effectively where you stake tokens to receive others, and this is for Maverick Protocol. So this goes into more detail, introducing Maverick Protocol MAV on Binance Launchpool. Farm MAV by staking BNB and TUSD. What is the significance of this? Well, users will be staking BNB tokens to farm the MAV token here, which could be very lucrative, and it starts, ironically, today, the 14th of June. So the timing is rather funny, coincidental, suspicious, whatever you want to call it. Staking BNB will net you 80% of these total rewards, 24 million tokens in total. So this, of course, will have a positive impact on BNB being staked, less of it being circulating in the market and potentially sold. And this can help produce a bit of a short squeeze. So is this coincidental, or are they firmly protecting it now and bringing out a few more big guns? So a lot of this is speculation, stuff we don't know about. Maybe the Launchpool has been around and waiting to be deployed for quite some time. And maybe Binance do want to defend that $220 liquidation point just so Venus Protocol doesn't have bad debt. And maybe it's all very innocuous. But what I do think is happening here is the US crackdown on Binance is having a major effect. Remember this headline from just the other week that Gary Gensler was apparently trying to serve as an advisor to Binance. Well, now he's gone full gung-ho to kick them out of the United States. Within the SEC lawsuit, they state that BNB and BUSD are both unregistered securities. And as a result, we've seen a huge drawdown in BUSD. We know its days were numbered, but they've been drawing this down like crazy. And now we're starting to see BNB token as well get a bit of a hiding in the markets. This comes around the same date, the 10th of June, when we saw a load of liquidity pulled from Binance altcoins, and the altcoin market really did shit the bed. Furthermore, on Binance US, a mass exodus, over 100 tokens have been delisted. They've also paused their OTC trading on top of that. And this feeds into the latest news from yesterday that a US judge now rebuffs SEC's request for Binance US asset freeze. So what's happening is they're going to continue negotiating, the SEC and Binance, to place limits on the company, Binance US, and they will be reporting back to the judge this Thursday, i.e. tomorrow. And reading through some of the transcript highlights here, the SEC lawyer Jennifer Farah said, "We are open to the business continuing to operate." Then the blue quote, "There is, however, a back and forth about whether they're shutting down or not shutting down, as the Binance US team have told the SEC it may cease doing business in the US." So my personal gut feeling on this is that the FUDsters are piling on the bandwagon here for BNB, trying to short it to the ground. Obviously, they can profit off the back of that. And we're just jumping on the fact that they hate Binance. A lot of people do. And you get plenty of clicks for negative stories. I've put the 4 logo here on screen for the $220 territory to be defended. And as you can see, the BNB coin has pulled away from here with a bit of an upward momentum over the last day or so. My gut feel says that the Binance US issue is the main issue here. And potentially what we will see is Binance US actually be stopped. And that might be the easiest thing for CZ and Co to do right now. Just halt the business over at Binance US, ensure that customers' funds don't get frozen, they get returned to them, potentially pay a large fine to the SEC as well for the other issues ongoing in the background. And the industry progresses here as we get through this FUD storm, which maybe lasts for a few months here, as sentiment is very, very low. So do be aware of where we are in the market cycle now. Sentiment down, FUD stories up, and CZ using up another of his 9 lives. But let's see if they can pull through just like every other time in the past. I'll see you guys in the next one. Drop me a comment on your thoughts and opinions on this situation in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.